Today, we're making pimento cheese patty melts for Clubhouse Eats. So let's make our pimento cheese. I'm gonna start with about a half a cup of mayo. You don't have to measure it. So now we need 4 ounces of pimentos, and you need a strainer. So we're gonna open this up. If it won't open, give it a little knock on each side, and there you go. Let all that juice come out, most of it, and then we're gonna drop it right on top of our mayo. We are gonna add half a block of cream cheese. I've had it sitting on the counter about an hour. You just wanna have it soft, really just so it's easier to work with, and it's able to mix pretty easy. So now we're gonna add a little bit of seasoning. We're gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon, and we're gonna start with a little garlic powder. We're gonna move over to onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon. We're gonna add a little cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is gonna add a little bit of heat. A lot of people like to add jalapeno, and you can totally do that. If you like it spicier, more cayenne. If you don't like it spicy, don't put it in. When I'm doing salt and pepper, I keep this right by my stove. I'm just gonna do a pinch. We'll call that about a 1/4 teaspoon. That's salt, 1/4 teaspoon pepper. The star of the show is cheese. I'm gonna use 1 pound of cheese. I'm gonna do 8 ounces extra sharp, 8 ounces sharp white. So I don't buy pre-shredded cheese, ever. I always buy a fresh block. I like to put a paper towel down on my cutting board. I get a cheese grater, and we're gonna grate our cheese, and we're gonna do 1 pound total. Now, sometimes people buy like the 1 pound block or 2 pound blocks of cheese. I like buying 8 ounce blocks of cheese because they're just easier to work with. When you get down to the end, you can really just shave off your fingers, so you gotta be careful. You're gonna have a piece about like that, and you just eat it. I like to put the paper towel down. I'm gonna drop that in. So I'm gonna do the same thing here with the white. You could totally do just 1 cheese. I like white cheddar cheese a little bit more than I like your standard sharp yellow cheese, if you will. There's that last piece. I'm gonna eat that too. Put this in, and we're gonna mix that together. You can use your spatula that you have all your mayonnaise on. There's no need to waste it. Probably could have used a little bigger bowl. You got a big block of cream cheese there you gotta get mixed in. Oh, this looks amazing. The color of the red pimentos just kind of brings it together. We're gonna cover it up, and we're gonna put it in the fridge for about an hour. All right, so the pimento cheese is done. Let's make a patty melt. We're on the Traeger flat rock. We're gonna start with a little bit of avocado oil. I got half of a white onion sliced up. We're gonna soften those up. I always like to season my onions with a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. No need to measure, just whatever feels right. We're gonna let those go for probably 6 to 8 minutes. I'm gonna add a little bit more oil on top. I'm gonna make 3 patty melts. I kind of shaped the burgers into the shape of the bread instead of a bun. It's 80-20 beef. All right, we're just gonna hit these with a nice little dose of salt and a nice little pinch of pepper. No need to put any oil down. There's plenty of fat in these burgers. Once you get those burgers down, you gotta hit them with salt and pepper again. All right, it's a good time to go pay attention to our onions again. They're getting a little crispy on the edges, starting to soften up. We've only been going for a few minutes. I'm cooking on medium heat. Sometimes these griddles get a little warm, so I usually stay at medium once it's up to temperature. I laid out 6 pieces of a nice country French white bread, and I'm gonna layer this with that pimento cheese that we made earlier. Good thing about this recipe is that I'm gonna make 3 patty melts, and we're gonna have some left over that we can use as a dip for the next several days. All right, the burgers have been going for about 5 minutes. Give that a flip. It's got a nice crust on top. And in about 3-4 minutes, those burgers are done. It's always good to move some of that burger grease right into your onions. Let that come together. All right, so my onions are almost done. I moved that side down to low. I'm gonna take my burgers move them to the lower side of the grill. And I'm gonna take a spatula and I'm gonna move some of that grease into my grease pit. If you wanna keep your clothes clean, put on an apron. I've got a couple of them. I've never worn them. Move my burgers back up top. All right, our burgers have been going about 8 or 9 minutes. They're done. We're gonna slide that right on top of that pimento cheese. Look at that. I think this one might be the best one. The shape is just absolutely perfect. And then we're gonna take some of our onions, lay those right on top. Remember, I used about a half of a white onion. I'm making 3 burgers. They're 1/3 pound each. There's no rules. You can do more onions, you can do less onions. I think that one there on the end, that is gonna be the best one. Don't give that to your neighbors, eat that one yourself. Oh, you could eat it right now, but you always toast the bun. Always. We're gonna take the other side, drop that right on top, and as if this wasn't good enough, we're gonna drop down some butter. Probably have more butter than I need, but that's okay. Now, take our sandwiches, put it right in that butter, and we're gonna toast the buns. All right, so we've been going about 3 to 4 minutes. We're gonna give them a flip. Oh, kind of like to run it right over there. Get that crisp. And we are in good shape. We're gonna let this go a little bit longer. Move them around a little bit. Make sure they got plenty of butter on them. Oh, this is incredible. All right, so we've toasted on both sides about 3 to 4 minutes. They gotta be ready. Perfectly toasted. Pimento cheese patty melt is a new tradition at our house. This is damn good.